What's up, guys? How you guys doing? We're back with another episode of the StyleBeasting podcast with me, Delton Wall. Is again, I come to you as a people. I procrastinate and work gets on my ass a lot, and I be tired a lot. But that's no excuse for me not putting that work. So I'm gonna have to get better with that. But we're here. Well, no, I can't even use that joke. Damn, I was about to say that. Thank God I didn't. But today, we're here finally speaking on music. After, it's been a year. Yeah, after a year of starting, I think it was episode 5. It's been since I spoke on music. So, a whole year where I was speaking on music. We're here with an episode speaking about music. And I guess I really wasn't speaking on music in a lot of episodes because during the time, there was a lot of stuff. It was like a lot of music coming out, and I wasn't able to gravitate towards it in time to do an episode on it because by the time I even got to it, I never really was able to get to that album. And there wasn't really that many people that was dropping that I was looking to at the time. But I'm finally going back over and listening to some people and the albums that I missed over a course of period, which was ridiculous. And also, I'm not rap gossip page neither, and I don't want this to be it. So I really don't speak on nothing but music. I ain't speaking on what you're doing with your girls. Well, if I'm gonna make a joke out of it, yeah, but I'm not gonna be the guy that you look towards like gossip or who's sleeping with who and shit like that. Like, I only speak on music and funny stuff that rappers do, like that whole little baby situation when he was paying for like freaking Tiana Trump and Miss London. Like, that's funny. That's hilarious. And he ended up doing like a Magnum condom commercial in that same week, which was even stupider. Like, I don't know if that was promotion for it, but if it wasn't, that is like, I don't even know what kind of PR marketing you can even ask for it for shit like that. Like, that's like godlike. That's super godlike funny. Like, if you didn't mean for that to happen, that was probably the funniest thing that happened in your life. Like, that's god funny. But other than that, I only speak on music and how the music sounds, or if it's bad, or who coming together to collab on something. Like, I'm only speaking on that. Nothing more, nothing less. But today I wanted to speak on my taste in music and how my taste in music evolved, and how music has, for better or for worse, evolved within the times between me going to college and me exiting college and starting a life as a grown man, I guess. So, taking back to my youth, my younger days, my stepfather he still makes music. He had a studio next to my room when I was a kid. And I remember when I was young, it'd be like 9 at night, and I'd be sleeping, and then I just hear echoing him say, "Ooh," like mad loud. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And just wake me up in the middle of the night. I'm like, who the fuck is doing this shit? Just oohing and eyeing and singing the mic loud as hell. And then I walk in the next door, and it'd be my dad with a soundboard, his guitar, and a mic. And like, this is old. This is like 95, 96 old. That's how, and like, that's when I started seeing it, but he's probably got it 5 years or 6 years prior. So probably 1980, not 1980, like 1990, 1989 type shit kind of equipment. And I remember every day, well, I don't think it was every day. I think it was probably like 3 times out of the week, probably 3 or 4 times out of the week, he would record in there. And it got to a point where I didn't listen to any music because he was always playing his music. So I was not really listening to anything else besides him. And I didn't like listening to other music. It was just like, I didn't really have like a CD player. Well, I did have a CD player, but because people be stealing shit, I really couldn't take it anywhere. So, and when I did bring a CD player, I almost got took it. So yeah, that's the case. But when I was, it wasn't until I'll say I was like 10 years old. 10 years old? Yeah, it was like 10 years old. And what song? It was Lil Wayne's Fireman. And I was in my stepdad's car, and he blasted that out of his speaker. And I was like, this shit's fire. No. I'm wrong. It was Just Like Music. The Eric Simmons and that Marvin Gaye, featuring Marvin Gaye, that song. I was like, this song's fucking fire. And that was like my first rendition of like listening outside music other than my stepdad's. And then it started going towards more Lil Wayne when I got into like middle school. Was it middle school? Yeah, it was middle school. I started listening to that, and at that same time, I think Hustler music came out in that same time frame era too. And that was probably, and still is probably to this day, one of my favorite songs by Lil Wayne, because that song is ridiculously fire. And during that, I was just listening to music, Lil Wayne a lot. And I was basically listening to a lot of Southern artists. Well, I am from the South, so I was basically listening to T.I., Young Jeezy, Lil Flip, Ludacris, Bubba Sparks when he was popular, Ying Yang Twins, Dipset sprinkled in there, Jay-Z at that time sprinkled in there. Let's see, who else? Damn. Jadakiss, The Lox, Jeezy, and basically a lot of southern guys. So I was basically, but I did go. Well, yeah, of course I was listening to Outkast because they were still around at that time. But my dad and stepdad included loved the Outkast. And I don't know which one he liked better, Andre 3000 or Big Boy. I forgot. Damn, I can't believe I got Big Boy named that fast. But damn, I don't know. I forgot which one he liked better. I think it was Andre. He liked. I remember what it was. It was when I heard Kryptonite. That was my fucking favorite fucking song ever. And as a kid, that shit was ridiculously hard. Even though I couldn't hear it I didn't hear it off the radio as much because there's no cussing on the radio. And shout out to my cousin Tracy for having a bunch of CDs that I took from and just blasted out of his car when he didn't know. So shout out to you, Tracy, I guess. But I was just blasting this music all the fucking time. And I think that was when I started listening to Love Below versus Speaker Box. And I love that album. But even though looking back on that album is mad depressing, if you look at it as an adult instead of as a kid, you learn that a lot of these happy songs that we were dancing and grooving to were very depressing. I mean, we know that now, listening to a lot of the artists now. We were listening to March Madness and literally, no, it was it March Madness or Throwaway. We were banging Throwaway and this nigga was crying on that song. But I digress from that. Well, actually, no. Actually, not really. You can't digress from that because a lot of artists really do be dropping songs that we be dancing to, but it be the most saddest shit ever. Like, if you listen to NBA Youngboy, half his songs is fucking like the most depressing shit ever, but niggas just damn turn up to it and going crazy. It just songs just good. I I can't even I don't even know how to even explain it. But that's I guess that goes in with my whole take on my taste in music. Like when I first, well, let me rewind and start this way back. So as a kid, when I first got I think it was around middle school when I got my first MP3 and I was just walking around with it. I had that shit on full blast every day. Like I think I might have tendonitis right now because is it tendonitis or tendon? No, it's tendonitis. Tendonitis. When you start like hear a loud ringing as in your ears, like the room could be completely quiet and you just hear like ringing for nothing. That's tendonitis. Hopefully that is. But like that shit is ridiculous. Like I think I started having that at the age of 6, 7, 16 because I would just be laying in bed and I just hear nothing but loud ringing. So I might be going deaf free soon. um, but yeah, and I just be blasting my music in my ear because that's in the South. That's what we do. We just blast loud music in through heavy speakers and turn up to it. But what was I going for? Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, I was supposed to be talking about my love and stardom music. So, like I was saying, as a kid, I wasn't really listening to music that often. But until I got to my middle school days when I was able to listen to it and it was more, I had my own MP3 and I was just listening to it because I didn't have one until like late middle school, high school. I just could, even though I was always the one putting music on people's iPods at the time or making CDs for people. Cause I had LimeWire at the time and oh my God, bro. Them LimeWire days were ridiculous in a good way and a bad way. Cause if you cause shout out to Soldier Boy, when he did an interview when he said he used to download stuff off LimeWire, change the name to his name and just stream and just put that out. Bro, you know how much trouble you could get in today's time if you were to do that shit. But Soulja Boy capitalized off that. And I was doing the same thing. Not trying to make music and put my name on it, but I would just download music, make CDs for people, or put on people's iPods, and people just pay me to put it on there, or just let me borrow their iPods for like a day or two, and I just listen to music while I just listen to all the new music I added on it, and keep it for like a couple days. But I was always the guy to put music on people's stuff. And I always had the fire shit. I had everything that came out the day of or the week of. I was always there with it. And nothing has changed since then. I still keep the fire music today, and yeah, it's been over 10 years. I still have fire music. My music taste may have changed within the years, but I still have fire shit. Like, my music taste may differ with other people's, but across the board, I never played anything whack. It was just whack to you. You gotta use your noodle on that one. But I would say a large part of my music listening career was more rap music until I'll say probably college is when I started listening. It was the influence of college and anime that got me listening to venturing out to different music. It was Going to college, I was able to listen to more different forms of music. Not saying I wasn't listening to R&B and the other forms of music, but I wasn't listening to them into the degree I am today. And it was going to college and listening to other people's music taste and the music that other people do, because since I went to like an art school, many people did outside of their trade, they also made music or produced music that was different from rap or R&B, and like techno, EDM, classic in a sense. So you got to venture off and hear different forms of media. And because of Aunt JoJo, I was able to, like, in a sense, find different songs too, because of, like I always say, Iraqi making all the everybody, well, not everybody, well, yeah, every character based off Western music and different genres of music, like Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath, Weather Report, Dolly Parton and stuff like that. I don't think Dolly Parton was in it. I think I just made that up. Yeah, yeah, Dolly Parton was in it. But like I was saying, it made me venture into music even deeper into rock and death rock. Even though I don't like death rock to like a certain degree, it was there's some that I did get a chance to listen to and enjoyed. But I'll say like around probably it was around 2016, 15, 16 when I think it was either Joe. I think it was Joe. And shout out to Joe when he sent me a link to a kid named Lil Yachty. And it was a meme that some guy did of his song One Night. And I was like, oh, this is a funny song. It sounds cool. And then I checked out his SoundCloud. And this is when I first ventured into listening to SoundCloud and started listening to what they have. And and this is probably the high point. I would say it was probably year 15. Yeah. 15 was probably the high point for a lot of the SoundCloud era guys. And that's when I heard a couple of his songs off his SoundCloud, Lil Yachty. And I was like, damn, this guy's pretty nice, because I'm a big fan of Young Thug. And when Young Thug first came out, that was a huge turning point, because I think the first song I heard by Young Thug was the Pussy Ass Bitch Freestyle, which is a crazy first song to hear by that nigga. And that song was fire as fuck. I remember we all made a joke because of freaking how when we first heard Young Thug was literally he sounded like Killer off of fucking One Piece. Like he just fa. There's like weird laughs and like undertones and shit. But the songs be fire, so we were just like, fuck it, let's listen to it. And at that time, Young Thug was very, niggas won't really try and listen to Young Thug because of the whole him wearing a dress, him calling his homies bad. It was like a lot of stuff that niggas won't really rocking with, and niggas just like didn't fuck with it, and was like saying, who the fuck is this nigga? I think Young Thug was definitely the start of the whole who the fuck are these new niggas on the block, because niggas wasn't like saying or thinking like, who the fuck is this nigga Young Thug wearing a dress and like saying he's a gangster. Like niggas won't try to rock with that at all. It was ridiculous. But look at him now. And since I'm recording this Friday, his new album Slime Language, which sounds stupid good, and it sounds way better than the first one. I can tell that everybody on the first one and the new guys on the second one sound a lot better than what they were when the first one came out. Like, no bullshit. Like, when I heard it, I was like, damn, this is a pretty damn decent album. Like, the Drake feature was fine. The Drake feature was stupid. And now, I'm not even going to cap. Gunner slid on that song solid. Like it was just like this nigga was on ice skates and not even on the ice. He was in the air gliding on the beat for no reason. But back to the SoundCloud guys. Well, actually, no. Let me stay on Young Thug. The album's great. Loved it. 8 out of 10. There was some songs in there. I'm not a big fan of YMLA or a couple of the new guys, but they got this. It was good. It was great. Other than that, actually no, I put it to 8.5. I put it 8.5 because comparing it to the Slime Language 1, I gave it like a 5. This one I gave a solid 8.5 out of 10. It was good. Like there was a lot of good songs. Like the first 8 straight are hits. The next they're good. Those are like and like the 7 straight from the beginning to the end of the 7 are like hit. Not saying the other rest of the album isn't hits because there's 23 tracks on this bitch. Like there are a lot of good songs throughout this motherfucker, but there's like streaks and periods where it's like hit, good song, good song, good song, hit, song, good song, good song. Like there's sporadic hits, and good songs in it. Now there's maybe like okay tracks, but they're like it's a pretty much of a totality, a good, decent album, a good album to start this new quarter of the year. It's a good album to start this new quarter in the new season. It almost being summer too, and it having like this new ski dance, which I'm not doing. I'm not doing that ski dance, but it's pretty fucking funny seeing Diddy and Deuce do it too. Even though Deuce be hitting like I don't even know what kind of like footwork that nigga be doing, but that shit be killing. So what else was I going to? Yeah, the new kid, the new era, the new kids that everybody hates. So when I first started listening to Lil Yachty and all those kids on SoundCloud, I'll say like a year later, a couple of them got on the 2016 freshman class, and boy, let me tell you, that was the longest week of my life, bro. All I was hearing was, who the fuck are these niggas? These niggas are trash. These niggas are garbage. These niggas can't rap. Like I was hearing that every fucking day from everybody, from like the dude down the street, from like your favorite artist. It was a nonstop of these niggas are trash, these niggas are ass. And now on hindsight, let's look at 2016. Pretty much everybody on that list is that nigga now. And mainly the niggas that the niggas like regular people don't like people that just have a 9-to-5 jobs or stuff like that. Those guys are getting asked to be on your favorite artist feature and getting followed around, i.e. Uzi. There's like grown ass, like old rappers following this nigga trying to get a feature. Like y'all niggas, nah, there's a lot of old heads trying to be cool now with the young cats when they were dissing them like long ago. Like these niggas were getting dissed for nothing. And I could pseudo understand too. And I could pseudo understand with, if I've been rapping for 20 years, well, I will say 20, I'll say 15. And let's say I was doing this because it was my love for music. I had to get out the mud and this is my life. I really had to do some grimy things to get where I'm at and to get decently where I'm at. And here comes some kids just like not necessarily caring, but just like making music just to like, I guess it was just like people didn't think these kids were like trying to take it seriously or didn't like have a love for a craft. Now, I'm not going to get on my high horse and say, hey man, art is art, let kids do what they want, because there are some times where I can understand these kids, like if you just saw somebody just not take it seriously and then like they just out of nowhere just like started getting all these like people listen to them and saying it's fire. And this like sometimes it was egregious when people were saying, oh, I'm better. Oh, I don't actually know. I take that back. I don't even know I said they were, and ain't no said they were better than Tupac. I think niggas was just like confused that they didn't try to do research and ask who, do you know who Tupac or Biggie was? Like that was the main thing niggas was asking all these kids. Now, granted, most of these kids are like 17 or 18. So let's see. They really wasn't like shit. By the time they even became 15, like 10, they wasn't like Tupac, and they probably wasn't listening to Tupac aggressively. At that age, they would probably listen to like, so I said, if you were 2016, you were 17, 2000, shit, 2005, you were just listening to basically 50 Cent. You basically started listening to 50 Cent and Kanye West at that time. Like, and unless you were like super going back and like listening to these guys, none of these kids won't know who half the old guys were unless they were really doing research. But I understand some people did the research and was like, hey, this is like our, how I say, our history in hip hop. And yeah, some people did do the research and try to look, but you do have some people who were just making music just for the love of making music, or just because they had to they had to get some money and they just started rapping and people liked it. Not mean people, now I won't say a lot, but some of these guys probably didn't think they were going to get famous. I bet you half of these dudes out here thought they was going to be like, they was going to rap on the beat. Some people were going to like it and it won't go nowhere. But you rap on the beat and out of nowhere people start like liking it. It gets like 1,000 views. People start making like putting like dancing to it or at like, so, cause I will say this, thanks to technology and thanks to like medias like TikTok and like how memes are now, a lot of people's favorite songs start out as like a little dance joke meme, and then boom, they become like 1 million plays. And some of it's authentic, some of it's not. I'll say when Yachty and all those guys were just making songs and a lot of people just put it in the memes and or just put it over like anime edits and stuff like that. That's how a lot of this stuff gets plays, because people start asking what song is this. So technology and the internet definitely amplified rap music up there. And I'm not saying that it wasn't the artist, the artist actually putting time and the effort into making it. It's just that when people see like something funny and want to make put it into something, they did. And look what happened. A lot of people are starting to do that now, or starting to do that now. Like I'll say when I think it was, I won't say New Freezer was forced, but when New Freezer came out with Kendrick Lamar and Rich the Kid, everybody started doing it. I'm like, what the fuck? I think that's when I really, no, it was Black Beatles. When everybody started like just sitting still in the mannequin challenge, I was like, oh shit. Damn. Everybody's just doing this like dance as a meme. That's pretty funny. That's crazy. And it just elevated. But going back to the 2016 music incident, everybody hated all the artists. I think from then on, from 2016 to now, people hated everybody on the cover. There might have been some exceptions like the baby, JID, Megan, and I think fuck, what's her name? I can't even think of her name. I really can't. It's pissing me off. She's French. She's British, kind of. I forgot her name. I'm so mad. She has a song with French Montana. It's gonna come to me afterwards. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. And it was huge on the radio. It was huge on the radio like a couple years ago, or maybe it was a couple years ago. It was last year. I heard it. Fuck, I forgot her name. But yeah, she was. Yeah, people love her too. And the baby was on there too. Yeah, I think I mentioned the baby. And everybody else, people was like, and Lil Dicky, people were like, who the fuck are these little niggas? Because you had G Herbo, Ski Mask, Pump, Wi-Fi Funeral, YB in the Mirror, Yachty, Uzi 21. I forgot who was in 2017. That's what really got me. Who was in 2017? Fuck. Now I'm about to look this up. Oh, 2017 was Ugly Guy, X, that girl from LA, Kaya, Playboy Cardi, and who else? That was 18 was Pump, Block Boy, Smoke Perp, Trippy. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, that's what was on 2018. Yeah, that one was a little. Black Boy JB was I like Black Boy, Ski, Trippy, Wi-Fi, and Smoke. Lil Pump is okay, and the girl. Damn, what's that girl's name? I just saw her. Damn, I just saw her name. Fuck. Stefflon Don, that's her name. Yeah, that's her name. Fuck, I forgot her name. But yeah, she's fire too. Who was 19? Oh, 19 was probably the favorite one. It was Corday, Rico, Gunna, Comethazine, TR Wack, Meg, that YK, not YK or Cyrus, no, Lil Mouse, and some other, yeah. The Baby, TR Wack, Comethazine, Blueface, Lil Mousy, Rowdy, Corday, Meg, Gunna, Rico, and White. Yeah, it is White Osiris. Yeah, that nigga. Yeah, I remember that. That list was decent too. That was a good list. I think 20. I don't even know who's on 20. I've definitely forgot who was on 20. But yeah, the list has some like questionable names on there and a lot of like misses because there are a lot of people who could have been on there, but because of certain politics which has intervened in the rap game. Well, there's always been politics in the rap game because there's always big homie, little homie who had the more power in the game. Even when we wasn't talking about label, I'm talking about as in like if I'm Jay-Z in I'll say like the 90s, who's competing with me? Like I'm up there. Like I don't know Jay-Z. Yeah, Jay-Z was probably top dog and around there. Him and Diddy on the East. So yeah, he has all the say so. But what was I going? Fuck, what was I going? Fuck, where was I going? Yeah, the politics. But now that in the new age of the politics, there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people have clicked up, and there's a lot of politics within the game, as in what you can't say and who you can't be against. And you see that every day, whether it be in a cool way. Well, how should I say it? It's not some of the politics. I won't say there's some politics that have fucked up a lot of stuff in the game and some have that brought it together. But I think there's a lot of outside politics that have came in the music game too, because with the times that we're in, you have to you in the era of people of how the climate has changed. People have in the past and present had the whole accountable of their words and what they say and do in songs. Now, I'm not saying stifling your work and mute your words. But I will say watch how you come across in your songs. As we see, I think like 2 years ago when Offset used the word queer and he got canceled, even though he wasn't talking to people of the homosexual LGBTQ class. He was talking of as in how men sometimes act like women, and not in the sense of women are weak, but as in a man should act like a man and not do certain things. You should carry yourself in a different light way because you are a man. And I'm going to get on here and say, "Oh, that's sexist." You know what I mean when people say when a man should carry himself as a man. But through music, I have met a good number of people and a great number of artists, local and not local, that want to differ their music and the genre of music and the way people see music for the future and for the other generations. And I guess to do stuff that maybe other generations wasn't able to or wasn't privy to. And I'm not saying that you should be one of those diehard music guys that like constantly shit on people and like don't give music a chance. Try give it may not be your cup of tea. Trust me, there's a lot of music out there that I didn't think I was gonna like at all, but I've grown to love it. I was a big J. Cole. I didn't like J. Cole at first at all, but I think it was his 1400 Drive album that I was at really stuck and understood him a little bit more. Shit, I even loved everybody's hated. Well, I think most indecisive album that Kendrick Lamar, "To Pimp a Butterfly." To me, I love that album. Like that whole album is a hit, except like one or two songs. But still, in a sense, everybody should give certain music a chance. It might be some bad songs out there. You might find some hidden gems out there. But trust me, I'm always finding something new. I want to say thank you guys for listening. Sorry guys for being off on the episode drops. A lot of stuff and work been going on, and I haven't been on my P's and Q's, and that's going to change. Sorry guys for that. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys, and have a great day. And I'll be back next week with some